Morning, Ginoa. This is 10.7 of our VTI command form series. In this one, we are going to talk about plural persons in both positive and negative commands. So if you recall from 10.6, we looked at the dictionary and we saw that VTI 1, 2, and 3 verbs are already in command form to a single person, which is great because we're often having to talk to a single person, but many times we might be discussing or talking to addressing a group. So for that kind of thing, we need a plural command form. Let's see. For example, our VTI 1 verbs these end in an. So these are kind of like the major outliers. So if you recall from your VT or VAI command form video or lesson, like if you're telling one person to sit down, you add an N, namada bin, and if you're telling more than one person to sit down, you add a G sound, namada big. In this case, we do use that G sound in VTI 2 and 3s, but VTI 1s are a little bit different. So if they end in AN, such as put it away, no, in none, that means put it away to one person. It's already a command, but we want to tell more than one person to put it away. So the only thing that changes is the ending N becomes an M. Okay. Na inamok. Na inamok. You add mok to the end. The N becomes an N, or sorry, N becomes an M, and you add O. Or you could think of it as the N falls off, and you just add mok. Whichever's easier, really. Na inamok. Y'all put it away. Or you all put the toys away. Dominowagan. Y'all put the toy away. You all put the toys away. In a milk or dominowagan. There isn't really any plural agreement in this form. So yeah. Now let's try you all set it aside. Oh yeah, sorry. One. AN becomes milk. So let's say you're at circle time and one of them brought something with them, or a couple, I'm sorry, we're doing plural people. More than one of them brought something with them that they shouldn't have, and they're fiddling around and they're not paying attention. In this case, you want to tell them, set it aside. You know, like what I would often tell mine was just set it behind you. Our word is ikonan. Set it aside. Ikonan to one person. If I want to tell them all, okay, set your toys, your things aside. Ikona mok. Ikona mok. Udayaim. Idudayaim. I think if I want to say set your things aside, it's good. You're possessive. Oh, die. Oh, yeah. E. And then Gidayaim miwan. Ikonomok. Gitae imiwan. This is like a generic your items. Your ginawa, more than one u, is ge plus iwa, and if there's more than one item, you pluralize it by putting that n on there. Egeim, I think, is like an item, or a thing, possession. Economok is how you make that a plural command. Set it aside, set them aside. Whatever you guys have. Let's try VTI 2s. If it is a VTI 2, it ends in un. When we want to pluralize this command, you replace the N with the G, and it becomes ug. But in some areas in the north, you will hear it as yoke. I know that's further up north. I haven't really heard it around here, but I have heard it a little bit, and I'm in Bemidji area. So just keep in mind that both of these are correct, but over in White Earth and as far as I can tell in Leech Lake, again, check with your elders. This is the form that is more common in this area here in southwest Minnesota or northwest Minnesota. Sorry, in this area, like White Earth, Leech Lake, Red Lake area. But again, check with your elders to make sure. Neither is incorrect. Both are correct. So let's see. We have the verb abajatun. Abajatun. Let's say badakat. Again, use your fork. Use the fork. That's one person. But now we want to tell everyone to use forks. So abajatug becomes abajatug. But the kagan un. Everybody, I mean, you could say abajatug, but the kagan. Everybody use a fork, or everybody use forks. Abajatug, but the kagan. It may also be abajatuyok. Abajatuyok, but the kaganan. Abajatuyok, but the kaganan. Sorry, abajatuyok, but the kagan. Y'all, or use your forks. Y'all use your forks. So that's the plural. Again, in your area, it's probably more common to say abajatug. See. See. Another one. Mamoon. Pick it up. Something fell, things fell under your table, under your chair, you gotta clean up your space. Mamoon, pick it up. That thing that fell. One person. To make it a plural command, it is mamug. Y'all pick it up. Mamug. Or mamuyok. Y'all pick it up. Mamuyok. Okay, and then it's again pretty easy. The one that usually stumps me is that VTI 1, where it's like nut in none, nut in a milk. But since it's the most common VTI, you'll probably use it so much it becomes pretty easy. With their VTI 3 verbs, 3 ends in in. As far as I know, there's only 2 of them, and it pluralizes the command by becoming ig. So, mijin, mijin, and naden are our words. Mijin, eat it, you, singular. So, you want more than one person, eat your food, use mijig, mijin, gimme Jim. Eat your food. Mijig, gimme, Jimmy one. I think that's how you would pluralize your food. Nodded, go get it, you. Or nodig, go get it, y'all. And that's that for VTI 3s. Very simple. Let's see. Now let's do our negative form, our don't commands. So our don't commands for VTI 1s, if you recall, for single person, VTI1 ends in AN. We had like dan, gin, none, don't touch it. So we had to add gago for don't, dan, gin, none, and then we add gain. So that's one person, don't touch it. It's a little different in this form. In this form, it is gago, dan, gin, none, one. We get that K back in here. K. Now it's spelled like this, but the pronunciation is Kekwon. Kekwon. It's for a little while. I remember learning that some places spelled it like Kekwon, but then when people were learning through reading, the WAN became overpronounced. It affects the meaning of the word. So this is not correct. It's like this sound that isn't quite in English. So even though it's spelled like this, you have to remember it's cake one or cake one. Yeah, cake one. I think of it like one or like one. Uh, there is an ice skater named Michelle Kwan. Michelle Kwan. That's kind of how I think of that pronunciation. There's not really anything in English that it like corresponds with. But anyway, Geigo Dangen on Cake One. Let's see. Let's try a positive and a negative in this form. So let's say someone's about to throw something out. Wabenan. So wabenan, throw it away. Waben none. That's a command to a single person. Let's say we're telling more than one person, don't throw it away, save it. So we get geigo, waben none, kegon, and the word for save it is ishkonan. Kind of like that ikonan, set it aside, but this is like to retain it. Ishkonan, to save it, to set it aside for safekeeping, or to reserve it. Ishkonan. But we're talking to more than one person, so it becomes ishkonamok. Ishkonamok. Gego wabenan kegon, ishkonamok. Don't throw it away, save it. So that was the compound sentence with 2 commands. Kegon and mok for positive. Gego kegon. Let's see here. For our VTI 2 and 3s, On the plus side, they have their negative commands as kego, kegwin. On the downside, the verb does change. Where the VTI verb doesn't change at all, it just gets that ending added onto it. VTI 2 and 3 still lose their ending end. So VTI 2's ending in un, they become kegwin. So let's see. We'll use ga to hide it. You're telling them, don't hide it, you know. So you say, kego, gadu, the end falls off, you get kegon. Kego, gadu, kegon. Don't hide it. Kego, gadu, kegon. Let's see. Let's try another one. Nanigibadun, nanigibadun. Nan, bedun. This means rip or tear it up. We don't want them to do that. This is a single person. We want it to be a command to more than one person. Now, what's easy here is if you're trying to tell one person, don't rip it up, all you need to do is gego, nangibidu, came. That's a single person, but we want plural people. Y'all, don't tear it up. So it's kego, nanagibidu, and falls off. Kegun. Kego, nanagibidu, kegun. It's kind of a tongue twister. Kego, nanagibidu, kegun. Yeah, anyway. Y'all don't rip it up, don't tear it up. Ishkonamok, save it, retain it, you know, bring it home for your parents. Bidu, kiwe bidun, bring it home. Kiwe bidun mo, bidug. Okay. And then our VTI 3 verbs, also the same. They end in. The in just becomes, well, the end falls off. It. Okay, what? So, medium, for median, eat it, and not in, go get it. We want to say, don't eat it, y'all. Okay, go, midget, and falls off. Okay, good. Don't use eat it. Okay, go. Or, don't you guys go get it. That ball rolled across the road. Don't go get it. Okay, go. Not it, and falls off. Okay, good. Okay, go, not a okay, good. And there you have it. Plural commands, positive and negative. VTI forms, VTI verbs. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time for inclusive commands. That's the let's do it or let's not do it. Anyway, happy learning. Thank you for joining me.